Greetings everyone. I was talking about the wheel of time and about this firebird Hangarit. And what is this Hangarit? Hangarit is a firebird and she is a phoenix. In China they have a phoenix, but they say that this phoenix is immortal. And during Yuan-Mongol Empire, Mongols seems to be managed to make their beautiful peacock-like bird into a fire bird. But she looks like simply a beautiful bird, not a fire bird. The idea of phoenix is that phoenix borns and it burns and it dies. And then from these ashes it also burns and dies. So this strange thing that it dies in order to burn is believed to be something that is related with the reincarnation. And there is an idea of reincarnation in shamanism and in Buddhism. And Buddhists will say that this bird with the snake and the horns is something that is related with Buddha, and this is a coming Buddha. Well, don't you think that it is strange that the coming Buddha is like very horny, and he has snake in his mouth and in his arms, so his teachings like a poison. This bird is reincarnates over again and again. So people, Buddhists, think that this bird is something that is related with the, especially Dalai Lama, because this Dalai Lama dies and reborns again. So it became a symbol of Dalai Lama, and Dalai Lama sits on this phoenix throne. But in the reality, in shamanism, this bird is a Hangarit, a great outdoor, flying magician, something like that. So every year, Mother Nature, wild Mother Nature, reborns again, and it burns, it grows, and it releases seeds and it dies. So this reincarnation of Mother Earth was hijacked by the Buddhists, and they think that humans can reborn again. If you compare Genghis Khan and Buddha, who is more modern, who is more civilized? You can say, Buddhists will say that Buddha was more smarter, Buddha was more intelligent, Buddha was enlightened one. But he was a man from a primitive age, and he was a primitive thinker. And he did say that these slaves, these poor people who live this desperate life, don't need any help. You simply ignore them, and the reason why they are like suffering, it is because of their previous life, because of their bad karma. And the only way to increase their social status is to behave, be a good slave, be a good peasant, and die. And in the next life, you are going to be, in a higher social status, or in an Indian caste. So this makes no sense. For example, he said that maybe these people had changed their, scales. They were, traders, they were merchants, and they changed their scales, and they, used to cheat people. Here in Mongolia, there is a desperate poor people, and you can't say in the previous life they were merchants, because in the previous life, they were, of course, they were nomads. So this, you know, some teachings of Buddha doesn't make any sense. Well, of course, Genghis Khan was also a little bit primitive, but he was after, you know, gender equality, and he, you know, ordered laws to protecting, you know, Mother Nature. And, you know, people who polluted the environment had, you know, strict, you know, punishments, and women had their own, you know, property, and women had the right to divorce, and he tried to ban, you know, this slavery of women, and of course he was a great lover of women. So this, you know, we are talking about these wheels, and this is the wheel of a male being. This is accepted as a symbol of a male being. This is called the bracelet of a Khan. People who know their culture and traditions will say that this is something that comes from a Manchu rule. I mean, during the Manchu rule, this became popular. The reason why this became popular, it is because it suits our culture. I mean, this thing is believed to be a chariot, or it's the big chart. So you have 10 circles, or 8 circles, and 2 rings. This is a symbol of a male being, and the reason why it is accepted, it is because a man who has a title Khan sits in his gear, and this gear sits on a big chariot, and this chariot is carried by a bull. So a man or a spirit that has a title Khan have a right to ride a bull. And this is a symbol for a female being, and you know that this is the opposite of these rings. The reason why this female being is a 4-angle and male being is a circle, it is because during the Manchu rule there was a, you know, of course there was the sky worship and Mother Earth worship, and somehow this Chinese and Manchu decided that the Father Heaven was a circle and the Mother Earth was this 4-angle. So because of we have this, you know, this chariot thing, we accept it. And the reason why I reject Chinese yin yang, it is because of this many fake claims, like, you know, yin can turn into a yang, yang can turn into a yin, and a male being can turn into a woman can turn into a female being. Well, because of modern medicine, you can say that you can inject something and you can make surgery and turn man into a woman and make a woman into a man. But this poor souls will never, you know, become 100% complete, you know, beings. And this, you know, woman can turn into a man, man can turn into woman, makes no sense. Also, this moon can turn into a sun, and sun can turn into a moon, also makes no sense. If they simply claim it that, you know, hot season can turn into a cold season, and cold season can turn into a hot season, and these things goes over again and again, you can accept it. But, you know, all these fake claims made, you know, this symbol look stupid. So about this gender equality, I mean, Mongols wear this hat, and half Mongols have this you know, furry hat, and they have these 2 red things. This is called Udan Zala, and this Zala is equal to each other. And this is the symbol for male and female being together, and they are equal. And this 2 red thing is in our flag. And you can say that this first red is the red sky of a rising sun, and you have a blue sky. And you know, when sun sets, it's also reddish and yellowish. So you have a one big sky. So one man from Spain was asking me about the belts. So today I would like to explain what is a belt. So this is a belt, and so this is a belt. Mongol name for belt is bus, and the bottom of belt is called Hormoi, and the horizon, this edge is called Hormoi, and the top of this from top of this belt is called En-ger, and this you know, word En-ger means chest of a, you know, clothing, and word Tinger is a mix of two words, ting and ger. Ger means yurt, ger means home, ting means something that is distant. If you say ind, means here. If you say tind, means quite some, you know, this is in the distant, in the far. So Tinger means a distant home, and it is said if you die, you will go to this Tinger. Well, that's pretty much for today, and thanks for watching.